I'm Alina Hayes, 68, living on a sprawling, sun-baked ranch outside Billings, Montana. For 40 years, I've tended this land alone, raising my son Travis after my husband, Nate, died in a rodeo accident when a bull crushed him during a county fair. I was 28 then, pregnant, and left to keep the ranch alive through blizzards, droughts, and endless debt. I poured every ounce of my soul into Travis, teaching him to ride, mend fences, and value the land that held our family's history. So when my phone rang last spring while I was repairing a split rail by the creek, I wasn't ready for his voice. Cold, detached, like a stranger's. "Mom, I sold the old ranch truck and half the back pasture," Travis said, his words clipped from some sleek office in Silicon Valley. "Needed the cash for my startup. You'll be fine in a trailer or something. Gotta go." He hung up before I could respond, leaving me staring at the cracked screen of my ancient flip phone, the Montana wind howling through the cottonwoods. The truck was Nate's pride, a 1972 Chevy pickup, cherry red, polished every Sunday after church. The pasture was where we'd scattered his ashes, where Travis learned to rope calves, where I'd dreamed of growing old. I'd sacrificed college, vacations, new clothes, everything for Travis's education, his tech dreams. And now, at 68, he discarded me like a worn-out saddle, assuming I'd fade into some dusty trailer park. But as I stood there, hands calloused from decades of work, a strange calm settled over me. Travis didn't know about the envelope Nate left, tucked in the bottom of my cedar chest, unopened for 40 years. Nate had handed it to me 3 days before that fatal rodeo, his hazel eyes serious. "Ellie, keep this safe. If I'm gone, open it when you're ready. It's for you and the boy." Grief and single motherhood buried that memory until Travis's call jolted it loose. That night, under the flicker of a kerosene lamp, I tore open the envelope. Inside were mineral rights to oil deposits beneath our ranch, appraised recently at $12 million, and a letter in Nate's scrawl. "Ellie, this is our legacy. Use it wisely. Protect Travis, but let him learn what matters." My husband, a cowboy with a 10th grade education, had been a secret investor, turning our pennies into a fortune. I didn't cry. Instead, I smiled, a plan forming. Travis thought he'd left me penniless, but I'd let him learn the hard way what it meant to betray family. I called Mr. Callahan, Nate's old lawyer in Billings, and confirmed the documents were ironclad. The truck and land sale, illegal as my name was on every deed, but I told Callahan to hold off. "Let him think he's won," I said, "for now." Months passed. I lived simply, wearing patched jeans, buying groceries with cash, letting neighbors whisper about poor widow Hayes. Travis's startup, a flashy app for crypto trading, tanked when the market crashed. He called from a noisy San Francisco bar, voice slurred. "Mom, I'm broke. Can I come home?" I pictured his tailored suits, his Rolex, all pawned now. "Of course, honey," I said, voice soft as a grieving mother. "This is your home." When Travis arrived, dragging a single duffel bag, he looked like a ghost of the boy I'd raised, gaunt, eyes hollow, pride shattered. He apologized, mumbling about bad investments, but I saw the old entitlement flickering. He assumed I'd coddle him, that the ranch was his to lounge in. I let him sleep in his old room, but I made him work mucking stalls, hauling hay, fixing fences in the blistering sun. "Mom, this is brutal," he groaned one day, sweat-soaked. "Can't we hire someone?" I shrugged. No money for that, Travis. You sold the truck." The neighbors, especially Mrs. Larson from the next ranch, pitied me. "Eleanor, how you holding up with that boy back? Heard he lost everything." I'd nod, sipping her bitter coffee, playing the weary widow, but inside I was orchestrating a lesson. Callahan worked quietly, nullifying the land sale. The buyers, unaware of Travis's fraud, got refunds, and the pasture returned to my name. The truck, parked at a dealer's lot in Bozeman, was reclaimed after I proved ownership. Travis suspected nothing. One evening, as we ate beans and cornbread, Travis wincing at the peasant food, I got a call from Callahan. "All set, Eleanor. The ranch, the truck, the oil rights, everything's yours. Want to tell him?" I glanced at Travis, scrolling his phone, still expecting a bailout. "Soon," I said. "He's not ready yet." I let Travis toil another month, watching him grow leaner, humbler. He started talking to the ranch hands, learning their stories, even helping Mrs. Larson's kids with their 4-H calves. One night, he sat on the porch, staring at the stars over the Absaroka Range. "Mom, I messed up. I thought money was everything. I forgot what this place means." His voice cracked, and I saw my boy again, not the Silicon Valley shark. The next morning, I drove him to Callahan's office in Billings, saying it was about some paperwork. Travis fidgeted, expecting a debt collector. Callahan laid out the documents: oil rights, deeds, bank statements showing millions. Travis's jaw dropped. "Mom, you're rich, the whole time I was, and you let me think we were broke." "Yes," I said, meeting his eyes. "You sold my home, my memories, for a quick buck. You needed to learn what it's like to have nothing, to value what we built here." Tears welled in his eyes, not of anger, but shame. "Why didn't you tell me?" he whispered. "Because love doesn't just give you what you want," I said. "It teaches you what you need." Callahan explained the illegal sales were reversed, and Travis was free of his debts, thanks to my discreet payments. But I had one condition. He'd work the ranch, not as an owner, but as a hand, earning his place. He nodded, no fight left in him. 6 months later, Travis and I run a community farm on the ranch, teaching local kids to grow food and care for livestock. He's not the boy who sold our legacy anymore. He's a man who plants seeds, both in the soil and in relationships, knowing roots run deeper than riches. At night, I look at the stars and whisper to Nate, "We did it, love, our boy's home."